So Doctor Who Christmas specials have been a bit of a mixed bag so far. At their best, they've been a fun holiday special, and at their worst, they've been the Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe. Now, despite a few references to the big man, Santa has amazingly enough not appeared in Doctor Who up to this point. So, was his starring turn in Last Christmas a dream, or a nightmare that just wouldn't end? Now, Last Christmas has put me in a difficult position. I don't want to be at a genuine risk of putting more effort into criticising this story than Stephen Moffat put into writing it. Last Christmas is an assortment of ideas taken from recent episodes of Doctor Who. What hasn't been lifted from the show has been taken from major feature films. Now, where I'd usually rip apart the episode for being unoriginal, I can't do that this time. For you see, almost the entire episode takes place within a dream world based on the memories of those inside it. So the chalkboard is in here because of Listen, the zombie hospital scene is here because of the empty child. As for the dream crabs themselves,
they're a bit like facehuggers, aren't they?
In addition to reusing old ideas, the entire episode purposefully makes no sense, due to dream logic. Dreams don't make sense, so the episode doesn't make sense, changing the rules of the story as it goes.
Dreams. They're funny. They're disjointed. They're silly. They're full of gaps, but you don't notice.
The thing is, even allowing for these safeguards against criticism, the episode is still lazy and doesn't make sense. So Moffat has failed at writing a script that requires no continuity or new ideas. Ho ho, holy shit. So Clara wakes up to find Santa, not Father Christmas, we're selling this to the US after all, Santa walking around on her roof. The Doctor arrives to save her and says,
I know what this is. I know what's happening. And I know what's at stake.
This seems important for him to say, even though, as we will later discover, he neither knows what this is, what's happening, or the stakes involved. Due to dream logic, the Doctor takes Clara to the North Pole, to a scientific base. They interrupt some scientists there who are doing something for, yet again, dream logic. Half of the expedition have been attacked by dream crabs, an alien species which can see what you see what you think. So I guess it's time to dust off the Weeping Angels again for another of Moffat's one strength, one weakness villains. While attempting to distract Clara and save her life, the Doctor suggests that Danny Pink might be cheating on her. She hits him for this, despite him only saying it to save her life and him having no idea that Danny Pink is dead. The thing is, love is just one emotional beat. Maybe you shouldn't use it to undermine the terror you're trying to inflict on the audience. This is a pretty common trope of writing. Create a scene of emotional chaos and inject it with a different kind of emotion. The thing is, the emotions need to complement each other. The furnace scene in Toy Story 3 works so well because the moment of fear is mixed with one of acceptance. Acceptance of that upcoming death. It wouldn't have worked to have suddenly had Buzz become Spanish Buzz for a furnace-based cutaway joke.
Hey, Chihuahua! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What Moffat has done here is combine the imminent death of our heroes with the emotion of loss for somebody who died previously. These really don't work well together. I appreciate that love is meant to conquer everything, but all this scene does is make Clara look like an idiot. One who can't control her emotions and who forgets her surroundings to attack her friends. Even worse, we see her later outside of the chaos, and she doesn't apologise for hitting the man who accidentally upset her while saving her life. She's still angry.
What you said about Danny... unacceptable.
Unacceptable!
What a likeable character. At least she isn't trying to kill him this week. The thing is, Moffat pulls this same exact tonal mismatch shit later on with his alien joke.
There's a horror movie called Alien. That's really offensive. No wonder everyone keeps invading you.
Comedy and horror both rely on suspense. By inserting a comedy punchline or slapline during a horror scene, you resolve the tension of the horror. Anyways, with everyone in the base about to die, Santa arrives to save the day, bringing with him the car-locking joke from the end of time, and deep breath.
Hey, Rudolph! Easy, son.
He arrives complete with an army of magically moving slinkies and regularly moving toy robots. Now safe, the Doctor explains that the dream crabs alter perception, that you can't trust anything you see or hear. This is when the first nail goes into the coffin of this script. The group realise that anything out of the ordinary shouldn't be trusted, yet nobody seems to question that they were just saved by Santa. They question how he exists, but they don't question if he exists. Now, they don't question it until later, because they're in a dream, and because the narrative needs to run for an hour. The second nail comes in the form of the dream crab's way of finding their prey.
Well, that was always the legend. You think about a dream crab is coming for you.
So the dream crabs will come to life and attack you if you think about them. so we are meant to assume that nobody has been thinking about the dream crabs, even though they're in the next door room waiting to kill them, and they have monitors that are constantly viewing them. Wait, what? So the Doctor tells everyone that the dream crabs purposefully make people happy to keep them calm while the dream crabs eat them.
The dream crab induces a dream state. Keeps you happy and relaxed in a perfectly realized dream world as you dissolve.
So why have the dream crabs, who can alter perception and make people happy, instead have chosen to make a dream world where dream crabs exist and have attacked people? A sense of fair play, maybe? They could have made them think they were patients in a mental hospital. That would have explained the head pains. Hell, they even described them as ice cream headaches. The dream crabs could have made them all go to an ice cream festival. So with Clara having been sent off to retrieve the creature that comes to life if you think about it, the Doctor realises the impossible.
We're thinking about it.
So Clara is put into a happy dream state, further raising the question as to why the others are not in happy dream states. In her dream, Danny is alive and well, and making awkward jokes.
What day is it?
Easter.
Okay, this is one of the 5 Easter-related jokes in this episode.
Happy Easter.
Easter Bunny.
Oh, for Easter's sake! Because I can't text the Easter Bunny.
It's really weird. So with Clara trapped in her dream, the Doctor finds a spare dream crab from somewhere to enter her dream with and save her. However, it takes the power of Danny Pink to persuade her to leave the fantasy.
Do you know why people get together at Christmas? Because every time they do, it might be the last time. Every Christmas is last Christmas.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten that Christmas had been merged with the Day of the Dead. What the hell is he talking about? Look, Moffat, you can't just make up new rules about holidays that have lasted thousands of years and just expect us to go along with them. Oh, Clara, do you know why we play with plastic dinosaurs on Valentine's Day? It's because dinosaurs may be extinct, but our love will never die. So with the Doctor and Clara back in the real world, the Doctor realises that they are stuck in a dream within a dream. The Doctor realises that the dream crabs have
Weaponized our dreams against us.
But I thought they made our dreams nice to feed on us. Make up your mind! Also, I like that the dream crabs can change perception to create all of this, but not make 4 imaginary books identical. So with them finally realising that weird things might be weird, they confront Santa, who is more than happy to admit he is a dream creation. What I really like about this is that Stephen Moffat gave an interview before this episode was broadcast. There was a question relating to if Santa was a bad guy in the special. Should parents be concerned about what their children might think having watched it? To which he responded, No, don't worry. Any parents who are worried about that, Santa is presented, as he is in real life, as a great Christmas hero. So yeah, I guess he is presented as a great Christmas hero, just one who doesn't actually exist outside of the minds of dying adults. Merry Christmas! Okay, so Santa helps them to wake up and the Doctor decides to leave for no reason, just to remind us that the 12th Doctor is a dick sometimes. Clara points out, though, that Santa was there from the very beginning, meaning that the dream is still ongoing. Of course the Doctor should have realised this by himself, but we wouldn't want the show titled Doctor Who to focus on him too heavily, would we? They return to repeat the book test, since the dream crabs also forgot to alter perception to create 8 books instead of 4. The Doctor explains that the expedition crew are actually the people sleeping in the medical bay, despite the fact that we know that none of this is real. So what may, or may not have happened to them at the North Pole in the past is completely pointless. Suddenly, however, the dream crabs attack them and Patrick Troughton's son is killed, and nobody really seems to care much. But then again, he wasn't that nice a guy. I mean, he touched that lady's leg in a possibly inappropriate way. He eats turkey like Henry VIII, and, that nose hair.
It's like he's got insects trapped up there all trying to escape with their wee wiggly legs.
I really don't get why the script makes such a lazy effort to make us dislike this guy. Either make him horrible so we don't care that he died, or make him nice so we do. So anyway, Santa arrives to save the day and deliver everyone who wasn't eaten home. As they fly to freedom, the clock strikes midnight. Wait, so is it Christmas Day now? Or is it Boxing Day now? Oh well, I'll just blame dream logic again. The Doctor makes a very clear point of explaining that the group members could be from anywhere in the world, any time, because...
Time travel is always possible. In dreams.
Okay, I get that this is meant to be sweet, but using romantic language to describe actual science is hurting my head. Yes, I get it, you can relive the past in dreams, but that doesn't mean you're actually there. Emotion is not a one-word excuse to talk crap. For people who could be from anywhere in the world, they seem to wake up mostly somewhere in the UK. Also, am I the only one who thinks it's a shame that the dream crabs have a physical presence in our world? A monster that only exists in dreams is a far more powerful concept, and what would ripping off one more film really matter at this point? So the Doctor wakes up on the imaginary volcano set from Dark Water and goes to rescue Clara, who turns out to be old now. In the past 62 years since travelling with the Doctor, she's achieved a lot, such as learning to fly a plane. Look, Moffat, I appreciate that you want to take ideas from Titanic, but flying a plane these days is not that big of an achievement. Neither is teaching in every country in Europe, particularly considering you could spend a day teaching English in each country, and doing it badly, to qualify for this achievement. But Jenna Coleman decided to stay on, so the Doctor wakes up again to rescue the younger Clara and take her on more adventures. A lone tangerine watches them leave. As Moffat explains, the tangerine, of course, represents the fact that Santa Claus stage managed the whole thing to get the Doctor and Clara back together. Wait, he stage managed the whole thing? Okay, so that was Last Christmas. The sad thing is, this episode had potential. The idea of a creature that can alter perception to suit itself is cool. They could have created a world where nothing could be trusted, but then you add the real Santa, the one that nobody will believe in, and have the group learn to trust him to survive. Instead, we got incoherent dream logic infecting every element of the story, with the larger cracks being covered using whimsical lines that don't hold up to scrutiny, but that would hold up to Tumblr pictures. Last Christmas was just boring to me, using interesting ideas in the least interesting way possible. Oh well, I guess it could have been worse. Okay, so I didn't want to include this gripe in the main review as it's petty even by my standards. Shauna's Christmas Day itinerary seems to include a Game of Thrones marathon. At this point, marathon in Game of Thrones is going to take her nearly 40 hours. Looks like Forgiving Dave may have to wait until Boxing Day.